everybody. Welcome to the Mom Zoo. Today I brought a pet on set.
This is the best kind of pet.
None. Non-existing. So I wanted to do today's episode as an idea for moms who struggle to find things to do during the summer. And I know that it sometimes seems obvious, like it's summer, there's so much to do, but I feel like we do the same things and we get stuck into the same habits. And I'm like, we need to do more creative, fun things in summer. So I thought of this idea. I read this post. It was a blog post about what if you lived in a day where you never told your kids no for one whole day.
Oh man.
What would your day look
What would
like?
that be like?
What would your day look like? What would you be eating? What would you be doing?
Right.
And then thinking about it for a mom, we immediately get stressed. Like, oh, that'd be so hard. We'd be broke, eating cheeseburgers.
Going to get pedicures.
Oh, sign me up for
Every
that one. But for our children, like, what would that mean for them? So I thought a good way of, I was talking to Cooper about that. I'm like, what would it be like for a whole day if I just couldn't ever tell you no? And his, his eyes like lit up like, oh. So I thought I kind of like put some ideas together and thought, here's a fun way of being able to give our kids that creativity and let them honor and choose like activities that they would want to do with us. But it's kind of bringing it back down to reality.
Right.
Because, so I told Cooper, I said, I want to come up with like fun things that we do in the summer that are creative and get us out of our comfort zone, something a little different, and we find joy in them together and we get to do them together rather than, just going to the pool and like you go with your friends and I sit and wait for you, or, just kind of the same mundane things that you do over and over. So we went to Hobby Lobby and we made like this little trip together. I'm like, okay, you can pick one big item, not like go to Disneyland, but he wants to go to Lagoon. It's like a local amusement park. That's like his big item. 5 medium things and then like some smaller things and ideas, and we're gonna fill this jar, and then every day in the summer, or maybe like if you worked and done all your chores, you can draw from the jar and we'll do whatever, no matter whatever that thing says, we're gonna go and do it.
Fun.
So then he was like, his creative juices started flowing. So I want you guys to come up with a couple ideas, share them with us. I'll share with mine first. So one that I thought was fun was making your own popsicles. One, popsicles are awesome, but 2, to make your own, I think that that'd be a really fun thing for kids. So they just showed how you can go and pick different fruits, and your kids can pick different fruits from like a farmer's market or a grocery store. You puree them in like a blender. You can like mix them with apple juice, and then you pick out whatever kind of cutouts for the popsicles. You get the sticks and you freeze them, and then that's like the day's activity. I thought that would be really fun. Another one that I thought would be fun was a nature scavenger hunt. So not only taking your kids hiking, but you come up with a list of things to find before you're out, like a butterfly, a caterpillar, a blue rock or a green rock or a bottle cap, like something that, so when you're out hiking, your kids are really looking and they're studying nature and they have this like checklist, and then at the end you go get a treat or something.
That's the greatest idea.
That'd be
That
so
is
fun.
fun.
Yes.
It sounds hot and sweaty and a lot of work.
So fun.
But a lot
They'll
of
just be
fun.
so interested, and that's such a fun memory for them.
Yeah. And then they get to create, their scavenger hunt. Yeah.
Something that we are planning to do this summer that I would put in is we were at Target the other day, and there are so many different like kits and different things that you can make things. There's like a cotton candy machine. There was like different pedicures, different ways to make slime. And I was like, we need to come back here and everyone pick one thing, and then we'll see if it really works. And so that is something that we're planning on doing this summer, is just a bunch of those things, and we want to film it.
That
so
reminds
that you guys
me
know.
of like the Easy Bake Oven. I got an Easy Bake Oven and I loved it. I don't think I ever did the recipes right, but I love the idea of like, I can make this cake or these cookies in this little tiny oven.
Yeah. And now they have so many things.
Yeah.
And they look so interesting. I'm like, do they work?
Do they work? That'll be good videos. Stay tuned. Fail or flop.
Yeah,
or
right.
victory. I don't know. Whatever.
That's fun. I don't know. It's hard to think of things right now. I don't know why, but
Rub the
I'm
jar
just
for
trying to
some
think of all the
info.
things that my kids ask me to do that I say no to.
Right? Like we get into the habit of like, no,
Yeah,
I don't want
because
to do
it's
that.
so hard.
It's a lot of effort.
I was thinking specifically, Emmy wants to make a giant slime. Okay, so I have to say I do not like slime. I like silly putty because I feel like you can play with it and it doesn't stick to your hands or smell really weird. But slime just grosses me out. It's like it's slimy.
Messy.
It's
And
slime.
it stinks and it's messy and it got in my car and like stuck to the carpet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't like it. But if I were to say yes to making like a giant slime, she would be so happy.
Especially for the summertime because you can just do it outside.
You can do it outside.
Yeah. Everything. Take it outside.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that would be in the jar.
Slime making.
For sure.
I think it's just fun to know what your kids come up with.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Cooper also thought about making our own kites and going to fly kites.
What?
Like, that's cute. So just like things like that, I think it helps get your kids' creativity juices flowing and fill your jar with ideas and then go and do them with your children because it's about the memories, you know?
Totally.
I love it.
So if you guys have any other ideas for the jar, let me know because it's empty as of now.
I also think just like things that you know that you'll do in the summertime, putting them in like going to get a snow cone, going to the
Right.
movie, like things that you
Yeah.
would do every day. It's just more exciting when you can pull them out of a jar.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good point.
It makes it sound
Yeah.
more
It
like,
doesn't have to be something, even like going on a walk, going to the park, going, you know, just everyday things.
I don't know if this is a world thing or just a Pocatello thing, but there's like called the Rock Club here where people go and find rocks and they paint them and then they hide them over all over our town. And if you find one of those rocks, you either have to replace it or rehide it. So kids, when they're like out and about, they're always looking for these rocks. And there's like a whole Facebook group. I'm like, that's such a fun community thing.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of it before. Gage found one at Gavin's soccer game.
And it's like such a, like
I
I
didn't
found
know
one
about
once
it.
walking and I was like, I found a rock. I'm an adult. Okay.
Cute. It's so cute. I love
So
that.
maybe you could start that in your community, the rock community. And just like that's another fun thing for the kids. Like Cooper thought about painting rocks and hiding them, you know?
Now I'm so pumped for summer.
Motivated for
Yes.
summer. I love summer, I can't wait. So I just wanted to help you guys with some ideas to break out of the norm of things that maybe you do with your kids. And if you guys have interesting ideas for us, let us know. We need to fill our jars. I should have bought you guys some jars.
Oh, it's
Go get your own Hobby Lobby.
We can do it.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time on the Mom Zoo.
Bye.
Bye.